Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is another episode of NTD, a podcast by Dxn Doja. My name is Dixon, and I am with my friend.
What's your friend's name?
What is my friend's name? My friend, what is your name?
Actually, what's your friend's name?
That is the same question I'm asking.
Huh. I guess we never know.
It's not that deep. My friend's name is Doja. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about some stories. We have picked two in particular from the first book that Doja mentioned on her
Only have you read episode?
on the Have You Read episode. That book is titled The Broken People's Playlist by the one and only Chimeka Garrix. Chimeka Garrix. So, The Broken People's Playlist is a collection of 12 short stories that are titled after tracks that only old people listen to anyway.
I chose straight bullet to Chimeka Garrix.
So when I ask you if you were born that time, you know I'm not saying anything personal.
Okay, so it's not about me.
It's not about you, right? It's just it's something I wanted to say there, but so that you sleep well this night. So tell me about how you came across the book.
Okay.
The last time I asked you, you're like, why are you asking me like you don't already know?
Yeah, let me just repeat that. Why are you asking me?
Oh, God,
like you don't already know. Anyway, for the sake of you people,
tell them
right,
how you came across
my
the book.
listeners that
I think so I want them to know who gave the book to you, who recommended.
If I say another thing, I don't know whether I'm going to do it or not.
I will call you out for lying. And liars go to hell.
Anyway, for the sake of you people,
of course, it's for their sake.
My dears that I love so much. People that I'm doing this podcast for. Dixie recommended the book to me.
Of course, say that one more time.
A few months ago, right? And he said, "Have you read this book?" And I said, "No, that my sister has mentioned it to me before, but I have not read the book." And then he sent it to me, and so I saw the name now. A book.
Why are you suddenly talking in bedroom voice? Hey God.
Hey,
what's going on here?
This is how I sound in real life. Like I said earlier,
you guys listen to 3 episodes. I'm
a cool person now.
Is this how she sounded?
This is real me.
God, no. It's calm.
And in case anybody is hearing, it's like, no, this is not how goodness sounds.
This particular tone you have,
one is the real one.
Exactly.
Every other one you have been hearing is something. It's a fake.
Well, continue your story, Ojai.
Maybe I was saying something, you cut me short. Yeah. Anyway,
so, I just want you to repeat that, Dixon. What did Dixon do again? Because
Dixon not do anything.
Dixon,
moving forward,
Dixon
I saw
does
the name
of
the book, and I said, okay, A Broken People's Playlist. So now it's a book about broken people. So broken being on the cover, I said, okay, I'm not going to cry. I try to position myself in a way that when I say
the truth is, you actually cry.
No, I didn't cry. When I see all these movies or books that they say make people cry, I'll
tell the truth and shame the devil.
Because I'm like, okay, this is not real life. This is a fiction. Now, as much as okay, it is there's always real life somewhere hidden inside the fiction.
God,
but then I'm like, okay, this is fiction, and I cannot be crying for just a book, right?
Yeah.
So I read the first story, the first track, Lost Stars.
I read the first track,
right? Lost Stars.
Yeah.
And good positioning, Chimeka Garrix. Like that was proper positioning.
He put it
in the right place. He put that story in the right place.
My goodness, Lost Stars are broken.
Lost Stars. And the book really did, it did. I don't know. This thing insists that the man's intention was not for us to be depressed or was not for us to cry.
Of course it was
or
not.
something. But this book, it did a lot of things to my emotions. It played Jungle Over with my emotions. But then I didn't cry because, I'm a hard girl. That's number one.
Why are you repetitively
and
saying
the
that
second
you
fact
didn't
that
cry? I'm hoping that you didn't.
I did actually cry. So, but like the book really, it did a lot to my emotions, right? It was a very, how do I put this, broken story. Is that correct?
Of course, all the stories in there are broken.
But this one was more broken than the others. This one will break you more than the others will.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How about in the city?
In the city,
In the city,
in the
like
city,
I mean, in the cities, I mean, in the city competes favorably with this particular
it's not
story.
even in the city that competes with
Come
this
on,
one.
like a
To
boy
me,
steps
oh,
out of his house like in the morning, and then he's accused wrongly, and then he goes missing, and then he's killed for no reason. And like the
but
all and all the other things that I found out about the boy, like bro, like come on, and the whole SAS thing. Let me not spoil it because I think we should dedicate an episode to talking about it. But I mean, the city is it's a
that
lot more
one
broken
day,
than this.
that one day,
It's
but
shy because this one was a love story, and you ladies cannot
why?
resist love stories.
See you, ladies. Whatever the
Please, I
case,
promise I'm not sexist. I'm
whatever
just
the case may be, mm, if
okay.
that's what is the fine,
What?
because another one that
Hmm.
that sits very close to this one for me
Okay,
is the one at the, I think towards the end. I don't know if it's the last story, but the one that had, they said it had something to do with the first book he wrote. That's Tomorrow Died Yesterday. That
okay,
one had something to do with an old couple that were still like, really really close, and they
okay.
were still like really close friends still, like
I think
when
he's supposed to know, or
one of them
either he's
died
supposed to know, or love's divine or
the other
something.
person died. The doctor in the story was, I think, was a character from Tomorrow Died. I don't know if I'm mixing it up, but
Oh,
something
oh,
like that.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So that was that one that's really close to Lost Stars for me, because that one I really felt really emotional too. But the thing is this, right? Since I had read Lost Stars,
Yeah,
and that one was,
yeah, like it made you bulletproof
yes, the other ones were not,
for your
not really
mind,
hits.
though.
It didn't enter like that, right? Mm.
I think the interesting thing about this collection of short stories for me is like the phase in which he wrote the what's it called? He wrote it because I mean I did a little digging. It's not that deep.
Hmm.
I just watched interviews, right?
Okay,
And then I realized that
it's
he,
not that deep, is it?
of course, it's not that deep.
He
Like
said,
regular
I'm agree
people,
with you now. At least for
come
once in my
on.
lifetime, regular people watch interviews. Okay.
Regular people watch interviews
No,
of
no. The
like
thing is
good
that irregular
authors.
people watch interviews, then the regular people are the ones that just read the books
No,
and
you
move
have
on
it
with
the
their
other way
lives.
around.
No, I
Yeah, you
promise.
have irregular people don't pay attention.
Please, I need people to agree with me on this.
Well,
The regular people are the ones that know
tell
that
us,
know
tell
that
us on
that
X.
know that it's not that deep. So we don't go ahead to
That's not
anyway.
even true. What they will tell us on X, tell us, or send us like what's it called? Reply on Spotify if if you think regular people watch interviews like
I know you
nothing.
agree with me. Don't be shy to say it.
Well, I mean, I will agree with you because, like I always say, nobody in the history of mankind ever won an argument with a woman.
It's a
It's
favorite
calm.
line.
So I realized that he wrote this, at the very quote unquote dark phase in his life. By dark, because he was distrusting of his creative abilities. He had written "Tomorrow Died Yesterday," and of course, was well received and all. And he was attempting to write another novel, and he was in a creative block, and so he decided to just scribble stories here and there while listening to music. So you see, how to come out of writer's block is to listen to music.
Writers take notes.
Ah, right, I'll take notes. I do this thing where I put, you get into the bus. Maybe if you're traveling, if you're traveling from like Enugu to like a far place, say Ogun State, or well, Ogun is too far. Maybe you're going to Akwa Ibom.
Mm.
And then I like to put earpiece in my ear and it feels like I'm in a movie. I'm soundtracking my
Hmm.
life.
You will know.
Then I always have this mad inspiration. It's just that when I'm sitting in the bus, I don't like to write. Like I don't like
Yeah.
to take notes. And I can't press my phone when I'm in the bus. I get classic.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know how people, survive
Hmm.
pressing their
I
phones.
do a lot of things on the bus.
Oh, wow. Like my bus trips are like, like moments for inspiration. Like, you know, bus trips, shower moments. And there's one more I don't want to mention. These are the moments when I have like, these heavy bursts of inspiration. But away from that, so he had the inspiration to write all of this, and that's the reason why each story is titled against a track. In fact, he even calls the table of contents a track list rather
Yeah.
than table of contents. Let me just read
Chapters.
out the story titles so you guys can check it out. The first is Lost Stars by Adam Levine. Second is Music by Eric Sermon and Marvin Gaye. The third is Hurt by Johnny Cash. Fourth is Song for Someone by U2. Like these U2, I've heard they won some of they are like in top five people, artists or band that have won like the most Grammys. But I've not listened to any song by U2. Like
We're not born then.
I was not born that time,
I can finally use the line.
but it ropes the two of us in, like the two of us.
Please,
Yeah. It doesn't make an exception out of you. Yeah, so I put a spell on you by Nina Simone. I Die Without You, PM Dawn. Beautiful
Beautiful
War,
war.
Kings of Leon. River by Leon Bridges. Love's Divine by Seal. Desperado by Eagles. Do you know Seal? Oh, have I mentioned that before? Do you? You don't know?
Nope.
Do you know? Da 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 da
Sounds
da da
familiar,
da.
but no.
Oh my goodness! What music are you listening to? Just like LS
And then
Ocean.
it's Ocean. Yeah, exactly.
It's calm when men used to sing real music. You know.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I'm a shameless plug. Guys, you can never Ocean. Very shameless plug.
He's calm. He's calm. He's calm. So yeah, Seal wrote a beautiful song called "Kiss from a Rose." You guys should check it out. You should check it out, Doja. Like
I'll see what I can
you'll
do.
come back. No, you'll come back and confess to me. In
I'll
fact,
see
you'll
what I
fall in
can do.
love. The song won, I think, won 2 Grammys in 1999.
Ha, ha, ha.
You always say ha ha ha. You can't even imagine. You can't even that time. Did they even imagine you? They
Abeg,
did not even.
please. What am I?
That time they did not even imagine you. It's calm. It's calm. So the 11th story is Desperado by Eagles, and the 12th story is You Suppose
You
Know by
supposed
Bears
know.
and Yemi Alade. You say you don't know Brimo.
Nope.
Okay, but you know Yemi Alade at least.
Why not?
Oh, okay,
Don't
okay.
insult me.
No, no, no. Okay, so we'll just pick 2 stories and talk about them. The first being Lost Stars. So
That's the first story in the collection. Like I'm
yeah,
saying story now.
this is yeah, same story now. And
Mm.
like yeah, that should feel like an improvement. Doja usually says book when she's referring to like a
Hey.
story. Don't worry, it's nothing. It's nothing. So I think you should read the passage from. I think you read the first paragraph.
Okay.
Please read it with. Don't read it with vibe.
Please, I'm not a narrator. I don't know. I just know how to read books ways to my head.
Okay,
So,
just read the passage and then let's talk about it.
Lost Stars, written under the influence of the song Lost Stars.
I like the way he uses under the influence. It feels like um I don't know what you
Okay,
did to me.
that Chris Brown song.
Yeah, the Chris Brown song, but it's all calm. I wish I
Lost
knew how to
Stars
sing.
by oh God. Somebody help
Continue.
me here. So they will ask me when I first knew I was in love with you. I will sigh and say, I don't know. It happened in fragments, piece by piece, separate moments over the years. Moments. That's how I remember it. They will be surprised when I say you are the only man I have loved.
Are you happy that
I
he did
tried
not
for
say?
you guys.
Oh God, are you happy that he did not say I have loved? But yeah, and the interesting thing about reading is very different from speaking.
Yeah, actually.
Reading is just very different from speaking. Of course it is. So yeah, what about the story? What about it?
What about it?
Yeah.
Like you said, I like to because it's a love story.
Yeah, I think
Let's
but
just
you refuse to agree.
that's not what it is, but
Okay.
just for peace to reign, not see
What? I'm
cool
not
girl
waging war. I couldn't
and a
wage war.
chill girl that I am.
Nobody ever won a war
I'm going
against
to
a
allow
woman.
you to I'll leave you with
Yeah.
that to indulge. Anyway, I just like the I don't know, do I like the story? What's how do I say
What? You said
wait now
this was your favorite
wait
story.
how do I say I like the story and I
Okay.
like the way the writer wrote it, the author wrote it.
You just said it, so I don't know what you're
Eh.
asking me.
I like the way the author wrote it, so and I
Okay.
like the story itself, like
Okay.
the fiction, the thing. I like the friendship between the two main characters. I think Sarah Cow Dini,
Okay.
Cow Dini,
It
and
is here
whatever.
that you know that when you are
I
reading the
don't
book,
I don't know how to
you think you
pronounce
know the pronunciation
anything.
of the name. You
so
just pronounce it and you're just going. When it's
so
time to talk
so
about
these
it.
guys were friends, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying some other time that
Yeah.
um sometimes people just keep to the relationship parts, like, okay, you meet this person,
Yeah.
and next thing is, oh, yeah, this, and I, what do I
So wait, are
know?
you saying that people should
No,
always
no,
be
wait,
friends
calm
before they
down.
get into a
I am not
relationship?
one to give relationship advice, please. Don't even take it
Okay.
from me.
Oh,
This is just my
yeah.
opinion, right?
How old are you?
Um, Dixon,
No, I'm just saying. Last Wednesday was Valentine's
please,
Day. So
please,
okay, let's
please,
leave that.
listen to me anyway.
Okay.
You never know, right? But I think it's important, right?
Yeah.
That you go through that friendship phase with whoever it is that call your partner. I want to call your partner because it's important. Because there's a difference between, like, you know being friends and being in a relationship, as in, like, you know what I mean, right? So so yeah, I like the fact that the author captured that their friendship phase where they were not exactly in a relationship, although
You
I
see,
don't know why.
that's the flip side. The flip side is when you overdo the friendship thing. So you overdo it to
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
you
You
overdo
are doing
it
to
to
the
the
point
point
that
that
you self you need to
you
deceive
guys
yourselves,
cannot even
right?
become romantic anything. Like,
And oh, that's not, I don't even know if that's not very bad. I don't even know. I mean,
you
I
think
like I
it's not
said,
very bad,
I don't.
but that's what doomed them in this story.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
I
That's
mean, the
actually
story
true.
follows the two of them, their relationship, their friendship, their romance, like their subliminal romance, let's call it that, right? And I mean, it's technically her recitation of how she fell in love with the guy, or how their love played out. And it's a recitation because their love never happened. Like, it never materialized. It
What
never
happened now?
did it.
Mm-hmm.
He
They just did not
passed
get
before
married.
they couldn't. What do you mean? They were supposed to, conjugate it. They were supposed to, matrimonize it. Where the thing would have been, hey, I had you, like I have you as my own. But I mean, because of their back and forth, this one will go and do his own thing, the other one will go and do his own thing, but then they call themselves, they they have feelings for each other
Mm.
and all of that. Yeah, that's overdoing the friendship thing, in my opinion, bro. So it's not
Doesn't
necessary.
still invalidate the friendship thing, right?
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not
The
against it. I'm just saying that the flip side
the
is where you do it too much.
okay, yeah, the
You know,
option should not be the other extreme,
the option should
right?
not be this other extreme either.
Mm.
And there's no evil in this case that is like more like is worse. The two of them like way equally, like they're equal evils. Where you skip the what's called the friendship, and you don't have you're not this person's friend while you're their romantic partner, or you are you're subliminally romantically attached to them. It's what it calls situationships, in our generation. You're in a situationship with someone, but then you go around and have the other guys, and you guys just keep doing it and winging it, and nothing ever happens until something wants to happen, and then the
Mm.
person dies. Fireboy wrote a song about that. Did I? I know when I bring Fireboy, everybody everybody thinks I'm crazy. But come on, Fireboy wrote a song about that. I think he called it it's a recent release. It's a 2024 release. I think it's yeah
2024.
yeah it's a 2024 release. I mean,
We're in February.
yeah. He dropped
Ah,
it. He dropped it this February actually. I think he called it
are
is
you
it
serious?
Obasima, something like that. I know it's Yoruba, but I can't pronounce it correctly. And he put it on some good amapiano. And I won't spend it on you. Mm-mm, uh. Aye, Babo is good. He's working on his fourth or fifth album, I think. He's working on his fourth album. So y'all anticipate.
Now we have dedicated one section of this podcast
Come
to
on.
Fireboy.
But Shasha, he said in the song that he should, he was telling the, prospective lover, like, give me a chance now, love me now, like while I'm alive, because we may never have tomorrow. And in the video of the song, he was stabbed. Right? He was stabbed by.
So he died.
I don't know if he died, but yeah, you should check the video out. It was properly directed by Jide Ajala, so you should check it
Okay.
out. Yeah. So back to the story itself. You were saying,
Yeah, I was saying that, right? I like that the capture, the writer also
yeah,
captured the friendship bits about their relationship,
yeah,
where this one knows this one's family, this one knows this one's family. right? And there was this part where the because their families knew them as
Yeah,
friends, right?
yeah.
But they didn't even know about their whole
But I
thing that
mean,
was
everybody
going
thought they
on.
were dating now. Like,
That's what
but
everybody
yeah,
thought.
it wasn't official from like.
Mm. We know how people are just friends, and then everybody will think that both of you are dating, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to mention a classic example, but I'll keep it to myself.
And and like there was this um time when he came to their house and he said her mother was carrying face
Your
for
mom
him
is carrying face for me.
because because she saw me with another girl on my bike and then
It's the way he was always pride of. He was always
oh Miss
priding under his
Okada.
bike. He was always
After that
priding about that
that
his
she
bike.
he said let me take his book and come and hop on my bike and she now said people that are driving
Your
cars
meat.
your mates are driving cars do they have two heads he now said
He was
your
called
mates
your
that
mate.
are climbing Okada to
Can be
Buka
Okada.
do they have two heads.
Yeah, that's my kind of guy right
Was
there.
so
Like
nice.
you are proud of the thing that you
Really,
have.
really, really nice.
Yeah. What else for you?
What else for me? The ending part of the book actually is where the book starts for me.
I
That's why
mean,
I
right?
was not expecting it to end.
I know,
Like
like he broke you.
it was so annoying. Like there's nothing else I was
I
expecting.
remember
That's
coming to
even
my DM and seeing like screenshots on screenshots on screenshots. Like, I was like, bro, what's going on?
it's
Did I
as
do a
if
bad thing?
I was expecting it to. I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything else. Like the guy
Yeah.
already died. You get, but like that was where the book started for me because the narration was going from it was like
Yes, from like
a narration
present
to
to
like
past. Yeah.
yes. So we now see how the writer like writes about her grieving stage
Yeah.
and everything after the guy died and all. It was so heartbreaking.
Whoa, it was crazy
Many
roller coaster. I
things.
mean, even for me, like, and I think the beauty of it is how he paints the relatability of grief. Like, and I mean, like I was trying to present to you when I said that his intention was not to make us depressed and all. I feel like that's the call of storytelling. It's just to you are like some sort of prophet. Yeah, some you're like a witness, an observer. More like I want to say like an oracle. Like you just see what you see. It's like you're narrating what you see, and it's like he is translating experiences that are real for people. So the truth is that these broken stories are real, and there are like two sides to it. Usually, if one took our story, our stories or the stories of our lives, like the different stories of our lives, and then put it in like wrote it down probably or relayed it to someone, and then we will see how relatable that is. Like we'll see how broken that may be. We'll see how heartbreaking it is to have the kind of lives we do. So I mean, the thing he did here was even the characters in the story. If they were reading it, if they're reading about it, I believe they'll be broken too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, really, this kind of thing happened to somebody and they survived and boom, 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 right? Whereas it is an experience that is theirs. So I
Yeah.
think that this is just him distilling everyday stories and then putting it out there so we see how truly broken like life is. And I think it's the fragility of life, and grief that he communicated with this first story that, the pain in it is what makes it I don't know, what makes it nice. What makes it nice? Yeah, I say nice because if you've had the experience, there's just this human thing. I don't know, this human thing to feel better because there's somebody out there who's
Yeah. I
going
don't know
through
if
it.
you've read
Yeah.
Chimamanda's Notes on Grief.
Oh no, not yet. I haven't read Notes
Okay.
on Grief.
I think that was another book that that almost made me cry. I didn't cry
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I had
bulletproof.
woman nonsense.
But it was really, really it hits all the right spots.
Of course, because grief is a very human experience, and I mean overall with the book, I love Chimeka's creativity. It's that type of thing that I mean for somebody like me who's an aspiring writer. When I read, I'm like, oh, I mean, I should learn to do something like this. I could do something like this, right? Although, like I was saying earlier, like I had issues like with the proofreading and the editing of the book, and I want to, I want to just put it out there, like the mechanical accuracy of the book was not very strong. Um, and this is not only my opinion. Like anybody like who who's like really serious like about the communication in English language. Come on.
I just
Yeah, come on.
middle
Like, why
in.
you? Come on. Like, for real, it's like punctuation is intonation in writing, right? Like, it's not about formality. And for example, people use the M dash when they want to use a colon, or like people use the semicolon when they want to use a colon. So here's the thing: the M
Everybody,
dash.
everybody, wait.
What?
Everybody can get your
What? Gotta get your
get
what?
your
Your notes.
notepad. You're about to
Well,
have a
yeah.
lesson.
Well, whatever. Like, it should be put out there, right? Because it's like, I mean, this is language, and where me and you were talking, there are things that you cannot miss, right? You cannot miss those things because, like, we are talking, you are hearing me. But when it is in writing, we have to employ all the mechanics, and it's the reason why punctuation is grouped under mechanics when it comes to writing. We have to employ all the mechanics to ensure that the communication is fully padded. Like, nothing's going to be lost, right? Nothing's going to be lost. So I was talking about the M dash. I was saying, for instance, that the M dash, the N dash, and the hyphen are usually confused. So the hyphen is what you use to create a compound word. For example, stepfather. Of course, in contemporary English, right? I mean, the word is already recognized as a word, a single word on its own. But before it was a single word, it used to be hyphenated. So you say stepfather. But if you want to say something like brother in arms, right? Or friend indeed. I mean, that's what they used to say,
Yeah.
right? Friend indeed. You use another punctuation that's called the N dash. And the N dash is so called because it is the size of an N, like it's the horizontal size of an N. And it is different from an M dash because the M dash, of course, is the horizontal size of an
On M.
M, right? And the M dash is used to make by statements that you make by the way. So you say something like um maybe I'm going to the mall. I had already gone there yesterday, right? Okay, and then you want to say I'm going to the mall. I had already gone there yesterday to buy some stockings, something like that. So that statement of I had already gone there yesterday is a by
Your by
statement in between.
statements.
So you use an M dash to
Separate
cover
it
it.
from
Yeah. So
the.
you put the M dash at the beginning and at the end. So
I'm a good student.
yeah, of course you are. So that, and the semicolon on the other hand is for joining two related sentences, but then it is also implicitly put there to indicate a pause, like a pause that is stronger than a comma, like that of the comma, but then weaker than that of the full stop, because a full stop is used to indicate a stop. Do you get? That's why it's called a full stop. So people often want to um people want to communicate something and then they use a semicolon where they're supposed to use a colon. And that is I don't know, not only wrong, it's not about the morality of it, but it's uncomfortable because when you
It's
now read the
disturbing.
statement through, yeah, it's disturbing. So you want to read the statement through, and then you find out that, oh, what they were trying to do is put an explanatory sentence, which is what a colon does. A colon puts an explanatory sentence, right? So you use the colon. The colon is the bum bum, that is the up and down bum bum,
Hmm.
right? And people confuse all of that, and I think it's for formalities. They want to they want to flex. Sometimes people want to flex, but in any case, while the creativity of Chimeka Garrix is like up there, it's up there. I feel like his publishers did not give it time with the editing and proofreading. And this is not, I mean, of course, I'm saying this with high praise for Chimeka Garrix, right? So that's just the only problem I have with the book. Like, overall, loved all the stories. In fact, there were certain stories that flowed into each other. It's as if he took a character
Yeah,
from
yeah,
one
yeah.
story
Put
and
in the
then, yeah, put
other.
into the other as an assisting character.
Mm.
That was beautiful. I mean, I wish I could write like that. So, well, we're going to get there soon anyway. So for Lost Stars, it was his communication of the grief, and certain parts of it, like of course, how the guy was proud of the stuff he did, was confident in the fact that the lady loved him. Like, he was confident.
Mm.
I don't know what stopped him from asking her to be his. That's what I'm saying, that you don't take that friendship thing to the other extreme. Like, it's too unnecessary. Like, I don't know if there's this good too good for you feeling, or we can never work out feeling, and it comes friend zoning the person. Like it comes from friend zoning the person, and it's so unnecessary. Whoa. So I love that, and I mean the expressions that we use to tell the stories, and also the fact that Chimeka always looks for opportunities to slot in music.
Mhm.
Always looks for opportunities to talk about YouTube, talk about like classics. I think he was a DJ or something. I think his father was a
Yeah,
DJ or something. And there's a
because
story in here.
that story about
Yeah,
the DJ was properly,
that's probably told, right?
yeah, sounded
Yeah,
like something from that
yeah,
his own
yeah, from his own
from his own
experience.
experience. Yeah, from his own experience.
It was cool. And then the fact that the woman, the whole dipping bread in Milo stuff.
Milo.
I think we should read that last paragraph.
Okay, let me
That was the
see.
last paragraph, right? We should read that
Yeah,
last
yeah,
paragraph before we go to the second story. Um, are you there?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he
So
said,
open your yeah.
says 2 years later. So this was after like the guy's mom had told her that after she was done narrating the story.
I
So
mean,
let's
just to be
say,
clear, I don't know if they know this, but you eventually read it if you check out the book.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's,
you
it's the
should
first. It's
please.
the first story in Lost
We are
Stars.
doing our best not to spoil it.
We have. Should we? Should we?
I don't know.
Yeah. You should check it out. I promise you, no matter how much you think you heard it from us, it will still break you when you read it. No matter how much you think.
So this is like us building anticipation for you,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So just listen
You're
to it
welcome,
anyway.
by the
Yes, you're
way.
welcome. Yeah. Don't
Yes.
mention. So I think this is back to present day now.
Yeah.
I say 2 years later, they don't ask me why I resigned from my job or why I walk around without my wigs. They don't ask why I moved back to Port Harcourt to your apartment, piled your clothes on the bed, and lay in them for days.
Hmm.
They don't talk about the time when I fought my mother and sisters and your mom. When they came to drag me off the bed to give me a bath, I washed your clothes and your scent off them. Okay, I just realized that
Okay.
it's like the your is. I don't even know when the writer switched to this.
The tone.
Yeah.
I mean, she. I feel like she already had the tone because she already had that tone now. Because if you the beginning, we read the first paragraph where he said they will
Okay.
be
Okay.
surprised when I say
All
that like
right.
you're the only man that I love.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
was always written from a you. She was talking about
Point
a
of view.
you who's like the subject of the story
I
and
think
all.
it's just the part where she's actually like saying like, okay, this one said this and that one said that. That's
Okay,
what I
that
think I
made you
missed.
like
Yeah. Mm.
lose out the tenth. That'll be the
So
tone.
what that he said, they don't talk about the time when I fought my mother and sisters and your mom. When they came to drag me off the bed to give me a bath and washed your clothes and your scent off them. They don't talk about my display at your funeral where I flung myself at your casket. They don't ask me why I became an insomniac or why for weeks the only thing I ate was bread dipped in Milo.
Bread dipped in Milo. Why does that look like something you would do, Doja?
I don't even, I don't do that, please.
But why did you like that
Someone
part?
said that because
Yeah.
I don't know, it was really nice. Like that's what he gave her for comfort food one time in the book,
Okay, one time in this
right? And
story.
he used to do it too. So like
Crazy. So it was so romantic.
sentimental.
It's all calm.
So
It's
they don't
calm.
talk about why I'm in therapy. Oh my god, this girl was really broken. Really,
Whoa, crazy.
mentally.
Ah! Wahala, wahala, wahala.
What
Wahala, wahala,
please?
wahala. Wahala, wahala, wahala. It's calm. It's calm. It's calm. I mean, losing people that you love, no matter how no matter how frequent it happens, it's just something you you will never get used to. And I
Mm,
think I should also applaud how well Chimeka does when it comes to writing from the female POV, like the female point
yeah,
of view. I think there are like four stories in this entire like body of work that has him describing it from like the female standpoint. Do you think he did a great job?
yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm not a woman, but I think he did a great job. This last line where it says today, they even asked me why I love you. Hey God. Sounds like how a woman would speak. Say, and I sighed and said, because even though
We
no,
were
they even
meant.
asked me why I love you. And I sighed and said, because even though we weren't meant to be, you
You
were
were always
always
home
home
to
to
me.
me. Ah! Wala, wala,
Sentimental.
wala, wala, wala. But why do women like okay?
What do you want to say?
I want to ask a sincere question. You want to chop my head off? I'm
Listen,
like,
I want to know now.
why do women like um um
Reading sentimental
love things?
things.
No, not really
They didn't love
sentimental things.
things.
Yeah, if you like notes, you guys like,
Is it because like guys are not
love
very vocal
those.
about their own that I think they don't like it?
I mean, what do you mean by that?
That's because that's what it is now. It's
Okay.
the thing is just that women are always very loud about it
About
and
what? About like, okay,
about those love
want it
things.
to, okay,
And guys always for me hard guy, so they always say
for
it, but
real.
it doesn't mean that they do not like it.
Hmm. Okay, I'll
Yes,
think about that.
you're welcome.
I know your mind. You feel like, okay, I'll have this one.
I'm giving you insights.
It's all cool. It's calm. It's calm. So I think we should go to the
Next
next
story. So this
story.
story, right?
Has
It
turned
really
Doja's head upside
I saw
down.
my head upside down, and it's very annoying because it's a short story. You know, it's not meant to be that deep, right? But Chimaka Garis carried us from one scene in the future to one scene in the past,
Why are you
to
acting
another
like the Lost
scene.
Stars that we just came out from? Wasn't that we?
Lost Stars was not that complicated now because Lost
If
Stars
you make a story that you're just talking straight,
Lost Stars
you know,
just had a few characters. Like there was the guy, the girl,
if
parents.
we get to the bottom of this next story, which is song for someone, you will find out that there are few characters too.
But they mentioned like
I mean, a lot of them had names,
yeah.
but
There was Victor, there was Opus, there was Bibi, there was Jolomi,
uh,
and what's the girl's name, Sef? I don't
Okela,
know.
something.
Ukela,
Yeah.
You see? So there were quite a
Well,
number of
okay,
characters.
your problem is that there were so many characters. Is
No,
it?
I don't. That's not what it
But
is.
yeah, what
Because
is it
there are
then?
other stories that they have like other characters.
Yeah,
I don't know what exactly my problem is with that
I
story.
think it's just the whole going back and forth, which I think for that particular type of story, which by the way, guys, let me give you like a plot. So like the story follows, a girl who has had a lot of issues
In her life.
waiting for men. Of course, starting from her father, which is where the grand fault begins. So her father was like this big guy who worked with like the head of state, and her mom was his secretary, right? And you know how these things go. They mess around with their secretary, and they get a child. And so, of course, to protect his reputation, because he already had a wife at the time. Dude had a wife at the time.
Was a married man and he married a
Yeah,
lady.
whoa, that's really crazy. Really crazy. Come easy. Easy for him. So he put her away with her child, but of course was supporting the both of them, providing them with money and all, but of course with not with I want to say not enough care and attention until I realized that he
I
wasn't even
wasn't giving
present.
any kind
He
of
didn't show up. He
attention.
didn't, he didn't own up to her and all. And of course, this went on for almost 30 years, 20 plus years, and it affected her. So she grew that way need to always need the like I don't know, to always have like fragile relationships with men. I think there's a psychological explanation to that, but the whole daddy issues spiraled into issues with men, where many times she was going from relationship to relationship, some of them not romantic at all, just sexual relationships, um because of like that void. And it was so bad, like she met this dude named Victor who was going to marry her, the next week. Of course, she she explained how the guy met her and all, and how the guy was good guy and all. By the way, at that point, I was wondering like why women like bad guys,
I don't know.
because
I don't even know if she liked this Victor. I
he
don't
liked
trust.
him. No, she liked him as a good guy. Like he was like, oh, this is a good guy, but she cheated on him. Now she was always cheating on him, right? Like there was another guy that she had a situationship with, right? So according to her, it's something that she could not turn on or off. Like it was just the thing that was there. So when she had met Victor, Victor was a good guy. He did stuff. Boom, boom, boom. The guy was a serious dude, so he wanted to marry her. And then he proposed. The trial was like the next week. So this other dude that she had this situationship with, I think his name is Opus. Opus was like, let's do it one more time. So let's just do it one more time before the wedding. I know we will not get the chance to do this
Funny
again.
how the man was older than her.
Yeah, I mean,
Like older. As in sugar daddy kind of older.
yeah, sugar daddy kind of older. right? And yeah, so she did it. And the thing about their doings is that they always tipped themselves while doing it, and I find that very weird. I find that very, very weird. But I mean, they say times is changing. God, I beg. In any case, I don't think, and she always gave her consent to it. So they taped themselves while doing it, and she gave her consent to it. But at this particular time, I don't know if she gave her consent to it. Okay, I don't think she did. So um she gave her consent to it, but it wasn't going to go, like it wasn't supposed to go out. The guy just wanted to hold on to it. I don't even know why she trusted the guy, because there was something about that
Really
dude.
trust man.
What? Hey, God,
I'm
no.
so sorry. It just came out.
Hey, God, no. You guys are listening to Doja, abi? It's
Please,
fine.
please.
It's fine. I'm doing this podcast with a man. It's fine. So yeah, the guy released it, and it landed in the hands of Victor's best friend, and
Right.
Victor's best friend showed it to Victor.
I think he actually sent it to Victor.
No, he sent it to Victor's best friend. Like
Okay.
the thing went, he released it, like, he did in such a way that it was Victor's best friend that showed it to Victor. So Victor and Kela were supposed to meet at a certain hotel, and boom, boom, boom. And this is just shortly before the wedding. So Victor comes in like, "What did you do?" Boom, boom, boom. And then before you know it, he's strangling her. He's like, she couldn't explain it. She wanted to lie. I mean, it's crazy that she was going to lie. But
Me
yeah,
initially, me self, I even thought.
survivor is. You thought
I
she
even
was on
thought
the right,
I
right?
thought she was on the right side until she started explaining it. I'm like, what?
It's not easy. It's not easy. Whoa.
This girl stressed me out.
What
Like
is-
from the beginning of the story to the end, I was like, I was there. Somebody, what?
I mean,
Moment.
I read the story the way he wrote the story. I read it like an observer. I didn't want to judge. Like, oh, you did
I was trying my
this.
best. Honestly, I was.
I tried to, because you remember there's a card we picked in the Breaking the Ice episode. That I think you were the one who picked the card. It was like, as
Yeah,
your
very
childhood affected
you
your
as an adult.
no, not that one. The one that asked if
What
there's something, yeah, what's one thing you said you were not going to do, you swore you were not going
I've
to
done
do,
at least
and you've
once.
done at least once.
Mm.
And the way I am is like, I you never know. You criticize things, and I mean, if you don't make some solid efforts, sometimes like you can wound up doing those things. You'll be shocked. So I read it as an observer, just to understand like this is the decadence of our humanity. This is how things can wound up. The way human beings can decay to, or degrade to, or how things can get the what's it called, whoa, shall you get what I'm trying to say? This is how bad things can get. So I actually thought she was in the right when I read up to that
Yeah.
point, until she explained. She brought others into the picture, and then explained what
Telling
happened.
us
And
different stories.
man, it was really crazy. So that's how bad like the daddy issue affected her. But the story is set in that same hotel where she met Victor some years back. And in that hotel, she is waiting for a meeting with her father. And in the meantime, some dudes are trying to are trying to shoot their shots. I remember one of the dudes, the guy was flashing
He
stuff.
dropped his Mercedes Benz khaki
Uh,
and iPhone X.
at the time,
Just
man,
said, I hope you don't mind.
yeah,
Mind what? Yeah, yeah.
Ah! The dude was thinking that it's by having money, and I mean, I totally get the whole idea of men flashing around their wealth for like ladies, because I get it. See, let me tell you the equivalent of it for females. The equivalent for females is dressing skimpy for a guy, like, because they know like the guy is going to be caught, like is going to be caught by like the things he
So they
sees.
expect that the woman will be attracted by those things that
Calm
they're showing
down.
off.
You've not seen.
I'm
You've
trying to
not.
understand from your POV.
It's not only that they expect. That's just the way it is. Like
Okay,
women
okay.
are drawn to security, safety, like that biologically. I'm not even talking about societal, social boom boom boom. But of course, the biology is what affects like the social boom boom boom, right?
So what you're saying now is that this girl's situation,
Yeah,
like the way she responded to this guy, now it's
yeah,
like a rare
yeah. It's a rare
rare
case.
occurrence or a
Not
rare
well.
case.
I wouldn't say rare. Like, it's I mean, it's the same thing to do, but it came from the fact that she had seen enough. I mean,
Okay.
she told the guy that was trying to shot her. I said, she said, say something intelligent, and I will do you for free.
And the guy just soft
the
tone.
guy was stammering. So first of all, the guy had no sense. But I'm saying that usually, and it's the reason why there is this whole I think it's taking to useless extremes, right? The whole alpha male thingy. It's because they're trying to work around. Truly, biologically, women are drawn to like status of men. Of course, those statuses are signaled by what's called financial stability. Of course, like economic, yeah, your economic position, right, in the food chain, and your ability to take up responsibility, the things you can do, right? Your competence. See, I'm giving you instruction. See, I'm giving you things I should be paying for. In any case, so and women on the flip side try to, because men are men are drawn to what is popular in this age as what's it called? What do you call it again? High value woman. Is that what it's called
I
again?
don't know.
Okay, I thought you see the
I
trends online.
just
Like, I mean, I
mm.
watched this video, this Andrew Tate. I mean, I come across some of them, and people are talking here and there, and all these alpha male dudes, talking about high value women and how almost scrap that anyway. So, but I mean, I totally get it, and Igbo men take it to the extreme. And I promise you guys, I'm not, I'm not
What's
against
that?
Igbo men.
What's that?
I'm not tribalistic.
Uh-huh.
But they will just tell you, baby girl, I will
Maybe
take
girl,
care
I'll
of
take care of you.
you. You just
You
need
just need to
to.
relax. I know, actually, right?
Ah,
Let's put
yeah,
this on the table. It's not an
yeah,
Igbo men thing.
really.
There are a
It's a
lot of
Nigerian man thing,
it's not. See,
African man thing.
there's some people that are they just want to,
Yeah,
and it's not even from it's not a terrible thing, right? It's not a bad
yeah.
thing. They just want to actually take care of the person that they love, like in a to the point of don't do anything, allow
Okay,
me to take
yeah.
care of you and all of that. And I mean, I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, so you want to work?
I really don't
You
know.
don't want baby girl treatment? Are you sure?
I don't know. We'll see about
Of course, you don't know.
that.
You've not been put in the position. You don't know how it feels.
How do you know?
Do you know how it feels?
You never know because I've not said it. Please, oh, please, please, please.
Doja, I'll take care of you.
Wow, how
That's what the
nice.
guy. That's what the guy said to. That's what the guy said to the killer when you're trying to shoot his shot on her. Shoot his shot. Aha! And she was like, "Say something intelligent, and I'll do you for free, right?" And the guy could not say anything. And she was like, "You see, even your money cannot cure your stupidity."
So it's the part where he shortened her name. Like he literally just met me. Which one be Kel?
Ah!
Kel who?
But guys, now wow,
Kel.
that's so cringe worthy.
Hey.
What's that incident you said
Okay,
again
okay.
about this dude that? Yeah,
It was a random day in class, right?
yeah.
And then I was standing outside, and then someone tickles me from behind.
It wasn't
I'm like,
because yeah, it's only friends that.
I was like, no, no, none of my friends will tickle me.
Okay,
That's one thing I'm sure
okay,
of. So I turned around and I met this guy that okay,
yeah,
he's everybody knows him in the class, right?
yeah,
But
okay,
we don't talk. Do you
okay.
get? And so he now after he tickled me, he now turns to like for a handshake, and I shake him. I'm like,
Ah,
okay,
he should have hugged you
if
if
you
you
want
guys were
to
familiar.
if you want to greet me, this
Yeah,
handshake is good. Don't do that thing that you just did. I say, oh, you're too uptight. I say yes, thank you. Uptight
of
is
course,
my middle
yeah,
name. Uptight is my middle name. He now said, okay, sorry, what's your name? I said, wow, this is the height of this. So
crazy. You don't even know my
you don't even know my
name.
name. And someone now see you now think that oh these guys are cool. Don't do that, please. Please.
Wow.
The over familiarity, like I don't know if it's something they try to do so that okay, you will not because there are so many people,
Yeah,
right?
is it
That
charade? Is either they're trying to hide their like lack of confidence, or it's like,
there's that.
yeah,
It didn't come
it's
from
that.
me. Oh.
No, like I feel like all these things that are written in there's some pickup book out there. Say do this, stand like this, say this.
There's one
You
book I saw
know,
one time. Had to be is it gentleman? Had be something like
but
that.
I mean, guys can do with learning how to be a gentleman, just like women can do with learning
Learning
how
how to
to
be
be.
gentle ladies.
I don't know, whatever.
No, it's say ladies and gentlemen. So it's like ladies, and then
Yeah,
the greeting is to the gentlemen in the house.
can you imagine? Oh, so yeah, I mean, eventually waiting there at the same hotel. Um, and going through all those things is where she remembers all these stories. So that's where the story sets, and then she eventually meets with her father. So they exchange, there's this their conversation goes from cold blooded to like very warm and
Yeah.
chatty, as if like forgiveness of sins have been received,
I think
has
at
been
that point,
received
like she
rather.
had just
Shall I let it go? You know when you become
yeah.
so tired and like
Mm,
I can't hold on to this anymore. And I think this is a good place to talk about that card where we said has your childhood affected
affected
your
you as an
adulthood.
adult.
And you remember I said inevitably, like no matter what it makes out of you, right? I mean, if it makes you, do the opposite of what you saw,
Mm,
it's because of what you saw as a child.
yeah.
And if it makes you do what you saw as a child, maybe if your father was beating your mom, or here's a classic, they used to beat you when you were a child. You say, if I'm, I have, if when I have kids, I must flog my children.
Well,
What will
flog
make
my
me not
children.
flog my children? I think I don't know. I don't think that's the right mindset. But these things you can only make comment. You'll be making commentary on them until you have children.
Do you get?
Yeah.
I was watching something recently, and then
Yeah.
I was like, because the woman just adopted a child, and I was
Okay.
like, but the last thing in my head, I was like, the last thing I expected was for this woman to be a terrible mother, and I just said
Okay.
like, who do you think you are?
I mean,
How
who do
many
you
children
think?
do you have? What do you know about parenting?
I have a friend who says that everybody loves babies until they are
oh,
yours.
oh my god, trust me,
Everybody loves
trust me, I've done
babies.
internship.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, everybody loves babies until you meet ladies. I said, "Oh,
Hmm.
my
Oh my god,
ovaries."
your ovaries.
I don't know why ladies feel
Hey.
like it's a cute thing to
Hmm.
do. Well, everybody will be fine. You you better not make comments on stuff that you're not an authority on. Let me stop there, Sha. So in any case, being affected by all these, she clears the air with her father and then introduces her father to her newest lover, like newest, but they'd known each other for I think like 2 years at the
Yeah,
time or
let
something.
me read the guy's name.
Okay.
Oritse Jolomi.
Why you
Oritse
I will
Jolomi.
not tell them that you're Yoruba.
Orise Jolomi. So this is like
I will not
option
tell them
A,
that
B,
you're
and C.
Yoruba.
Pick anyone that fits
Ah!
that fits you. I go with it. The name is shocking to Jolomi or Jolomi.
Why,
Anyone.
hey,
I'm
Jesus.
just describing for them now.
Ade Doja.
His my name is Goodness.
Ade. Oh, see the way you pronounce. Okay, it's fine. You guys, please help our lives. Transcribe the name for us. We'll be fine. So yeah, yeah. So he meets the guy. He meets the guy. I think they met at the hospital.
Mm.
She had a thing. The guy had a thing. An accident. Was drinking while driving. Was addicted to. It was alcoholic. Um, boom, boom, boom. He starts visiting her. They catch up. He visits her. No, she visits him rather. She starts visiting him. She visits him some more, and then some
She
much
keeps
more,
visiting him
and then
and
some
they keep
much, much,
visiting.
much,
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
more.
With the guys of taking care of him. But let's just say that's what for two
But
years.
yeah, he took care of him for 2 years, about 2 years,
Mm.
and then use the guy as the bestie. Friend zone the guy into that bestie. You ladies like to do crazy things. You always want the attention of people. You just want to have and hold the attention. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I think some guys are like that too.
Thank you very much for that
Yeah, some guys are like
part
that.
of
So
the
I think that
statement.
that's unnecessary. You just want to have people's attention. I mean, if the person is not your friend and you don't want to hold the person's attention in the capacity of this is my friend, like I want my friend to take care of me. There's the human side to that, right? But I mean, if you just want to give somebody green light when you are not,
Mm.
giving them green light, that is evil. That is wickedness. So, but she uses him rather to do that. I mean, he clearly likes her, but he's not said anything. Classic situationship again. Well, everything will be fine. It's calm. So, she goes out there, does all the things that she does with men, and then comes back and tells him about it. About who broke her heart today, who very messed up stuff.
According to her, he was her home.
He was
I was like, what's going on here?
it's crazy,
What is all this?
really useless and crazy. Um, yeah, but eventually he calls her up one night when she comes back to come and cry. Or I think there's something that happened. something that
You know
happened.
how we have been
One,
holding and piling up grievances, and then one day, one small hole just tear, and then everything will be wide open, and everything I've been holding on to forever will not
yeah.
come out. But
Yeah,
so that's
and
what
I
happened
just
actually.
randomly remember this thing that sparked it, but I think you guys should go and read
Okay,
it. You guys should go and read it. You guys should go and read the thing that sparked the argument. So he gave her a piece of his mind, and he told her that she has daddy issues, and I think was the scare that, oh, somebody has told me the truth,
mm.
right? She felt like the guy was calling her, was being self righteous, and boom, 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 and then, oh, Shasha, she ended up with him, and she ended up introducing him as her lover to her father. So like that is like the entire story. I think,
Because sorry.
yeah,
I was really confused, right? Because it
okay,
now took me about time to realize that okay, this is a story, and they did not give you like all the details. Because I realized that last time she told us about Jolomi was when they had the argument that they
okay, the
had,
argument.
and the next thing,
Okay,
she
she's introducing
said,
him.
I was confused, like okay, maybe she now came back to her senses, like okay, this is this and this is that. Oh, this guy was trying to say the truth though, and maybe not, and blah blah blah. Because I won't even lie, right? At
Yeah.
that point where he was talking to her, and she
Okay,
was
you
like,
said like this relationship don't be
and
like this
I was like,
relationship don't
you would
end.
have said the more nicer way now. But Sha, he should
I
have
don't think
said
she's.
it.
I don't think he said anything to her that wasn't true, and that
Uh,
wasn't said the way it should be said. But maybe except the way in the context of the way in the context of like an argument or something.
and like okay, I see what you mean.
But then I was explaining to you I was saying that this was really like the turning point. This was really like I want to call it like I don't know climax
Climax.
come denouement. And I was explaining like stories have it. There's something called a I forgot whose triangle is attributed to. I told you I started reading in 2020, so I've had to do a lot of like catching up. You know, I was doing a lot of work to catch up to you guys that I've been reading since childhood. So I saw this. I think it's a I don't know. It's a triangle. It's a triangle that the stories arc, the arc that stories take, right? So you can disguise enough stories can always be reduced to that arc, and of course, it's the beginning of the story, and there is the tension, and then there's the climax, and then like there is what's called the denouement. Denouement is spelled Denouement. It comes from like
Yeah, I
French.
just spelled what's okay.
No way when you listen to this
Yeah.
episode when it airs, you get the spelling. So because then there's the end. So that was like climax come denouement like for this particular story. So it was like the turning point for her. Um, she's been with many guys, and like she's not found someone who was equally as broken as she was,
Mm,
but was willing to change
yeah.
and was calling her out to do so, right?
I know
And
it's very easy to misbehave, like when you don't see someone that will actually call you
yeah,
out,
yeah,
like when you
yeah,
don't have someone that can call you out. Because
yeah,
like all the while that she has been living her life, nobody, she
yeah. I
thought she
mean,
could do what she had to do because like I mean, me self, nobody
yeah.
can beat me and that kind of thing. But then she found someone that okay, this, so this is that.
Yeah, and
Don't
the person was not
mm,
taking it. The person wasn't
yeah.
having it, and the person loved her, and the person wasn't going to even have it. Like, the person wasn't going to leave her. That was
Mm.
like that was the crazy part. Like Victor was good, but he was just good. He was a good guy. Like there are good people
They
out
don't
there in
like
the
to
world.
involve themselves with other people in other people's mess.
Yeah, like somehow, like they are just too good for you. That kind of thing. What you say it's you, it's not me. They're just so good.
That line.
They're just so good, right? But this person, Jolomi, was good, but was bad. Like was human. I think that's the better thing to say. It was human. He had gone through the whole 9 yards,
Mm.
and he was willing to be good for her. And, her not taking it was like shame on me, that kind of thing. So I think it's what turned the whole story around, right, for her. So it was incredible that she got to introduce her to her father, and her father was like, "I hope he loves you because we men." She-
Hey God,
really crazy. I
I
mean,
think there was a
I
part
hate
in
it
the
when people say that men are like naturally polygamous. Well,
see,
I hate it. It's not that I'm not saying that the biological instinct is, but saying that everybody is like saying that everybody is gluttonous. Like even though human instinct is to crave food and have desires, I think
Mm.
that's a fallacious statement to make. But let's keep that on the
You
side
know, there
anyway.
was this part in the book where I think she used to drink ginger tea when there's no
Yeah,
fever,
yeah,
and she asked for hot water. And I felt I was like it's very it's strange. I mean, I don't know how he put it.
yeah.
Then she now said that she now said if you have a daughter that you have not seen in 20 years, I mean that
Yeah.
you need to take care of. And she now mentioned like she said a lot of
A lot of
things.
things, and the man was very
Then
beginning to feel
she now
guilty.
said, don't tell her that
Don't give her opinion
on her ginger
on
tea.
her ginger tea.
And they laughed. I
I
like that
said,
they laughed like
yeah,
about it.
I like that
It was looking
they
like a very serious
Yeah, it
situation.
was a very tense situation. And you guys, the listeners will not probably get it until if you
Yeah.
except you've read the book. Like one of our very ardent followers, Joke the Muse.
Jacket the
She
Muse.
she caught it when
We just called Jacket
we
the Muse on this
yeah,
podcast.
like give that's the shout out.
Shout out to
Shout out to
if she hears
her.
this now.
Shout out to her.
Jacket the Muse is not that deep actually. It's not that deep.
Yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, she's been following so closely and she was able to I think she's read Broken People's Playlist
These
and
I'll be giving people lost stars. So just that I say lost stars. These I'll be giving people shout outs. Just be
yeah.
showing
And there's
us
another person, I think it's Toyo.
here to you.
Yes, I saw this what's it called list that she made and she was crossing off books that she's read. And then there's another person, Kali, Lady
Yeah, yeah,
Kali.
really Cali.
Yes. Incredible. You guys, we will do there's something we have planned for you guys soon, very soon, sooner than you expect. I mean, in days of this
Mm.
podcast episode's
Release.
release, we're going to have a chat with Dixon and Doja where you we will just, gather around on X, right? And then probably talk for like 5 minutes and then have you guys talk to us, give us your recommendations, give us your podcast first
Tell us
impressions.
about things that you
Yeah,
don't because you don't necessarily have to agree with us and everything we say. So
yeah.
we can have what do you call that thing? Something disagreement, sha. We
I
can
don't know what to
disagree
say.
nicely.
I don't know what to
That's
say. So I think we should do that very soon. Like that is coming very, very soon, like sooner than you expect. We'll do that very soon. You guys will be aware when we do that anyway. So we came there. What even led us here again? Okay, so yeah, I was saying that you guys people who have not read the book, like a Broken People's
yeah.
Playlist, will not understand that tension. I mean, and there's a line that was written very nicely. I think it was um there's this section where she said the sex was tolerable and he fell fast asleep. No, and he fell fast asleep and for
And
you.
for
I
you.
really liked the way he wrote that line. Like that line was good. There are similar lines here and there about the situationship being never quite switched on or off. Or yeah, there are many lines that I really loved. I really loved here. That they looked so real. I think there's something he said. Um, Eventually he's in front of you. You stand and hug him. It's a warm, fierce thing, and his hug back is tentative at first before he clings to you and breathes in your hair. That was cool. That was so cool. Like there is the feeling of breathing in someone's hair, especially if the person is a woman, and there is the wordplay on breathing in air and breathing
Mm.
in hair. It's
Mm.
not that deep. It's not that deep. So yeah, a couple of other things. I don't want to read them out because we've exhausted our timestamp. Um, so thank you guys for staying with us.
Yeah, for
We
the
had a long time recording this.
short time really.
Short time really,
Thank you for
right?
spending the last few
Few
minutes
minutes
of your
because
time.
we know like because this is like the most deep dive episode, we know you will enjoy it the most.
Yeah, we
Actually.
trust that
So
you will.
we're looking forward to like your takes. Which story, which of the stories in the book, if you have read the book, was your favorite? Or you can do a top three, right?
Mm.
You can tag us on your posts on Instagram, on X, or even on WhatsApp, right? And just let us know what you think. We're looking forward to them, and of course, when the virtual meet is announced, you guys will hear it, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Right? Is there anything you want to say, Doja?
Thank you for laughing at my jokes.
Whoa, this girl really feels that she's funny. Hey, God, oh.
Thanks for laughing at my jokes. I'm glad. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know. But
Oh,
for real
God.
though, thanks for listening to
Okay,
us.
she's funny. I agree.
Yeah.
She's funny. You're funny. I know it.
Finally, I mean, I know the thing is that you never want to say it, so it's not like you
Go,
agree with me.
wait,
But
wait.
it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's
I've
alright.
said it.
It's
You
alright.
have it once.
Yeah.
It's on tip. You'll be fine.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to us.
Yeah.
Bye.
Till next episode.